Namaste everyone, welcome to the class again. Now today we are going to discuss about banking. Banking we are dealing in mathematics, as role of banking is to give and take money, and while giving and taking it either charge interest on the customers or it will give interest to the depositors. So therefore, how to calculate those interest and how to arrive at the final amount, that is a part of mathematical calculation, and therefore we are dealing this chapter here. Now as far as interest is concerned, simple interest and compound interest we have already learned in our previous standards. Now this year we are going to see what is recurring deposits. So there is a facility provided by bank in which we can save money every month in the bank, and on that bank provides us interest. Here we are going to find simple interest which is provided by banks on the recurring deposits. So let us understand one by one what I mean by recurring deposit and how to calculate. So for an example, suppose I take an example of rupees 1000. Rupees 1000 you invest in the month of January. On the 1st of January you deposit rupees 1000 in the bank, right? Okay, every month you are depositing the same amount. So for first month you have deposited 1000, for second month you have deposited 1000, and so on. Okay, so on 12th month, that is in December also, you deposited rupees 1000 in the bank. So after completion of 1 year, that means after 31st December, what amount bank will return you? Okay, the final amount which you will get is called maturity amount. So maturity amount will be two component. One is that what we have deposited, so 12,000 in totality we have deposited. Suppose I will take a rate of interest as 12% per annum. Okay, so 12% will give me easy way to calculate what is the rate for 1 month. Now why I want to understand it for 1 month? Let us discuss this 12,000 amount. Okay, so 12,000 amount, okay, it will be invested for 1 month only. It will be invested for 1 month only. So I must know what interest it will accumulate for 1 month. So how we get interest for 1 month? So 1 month is nothing but 1 upon 12 year, right? Okay, so interest for 1 month, if suppose on rupees 1000 at 12% rate, this is rate, we want to find interest for 1 month. So how we calculate interest for 1 month? So its formula will be simple. Interest will be 1000 multiplied by rate of interest is 12 into the time period is 1 month. 1 month means 1 upon 12 year, and divide by 100. Okay, so this is rate of interest. This is interest for 1 month. 1 upon 12, it is interest for 1 month. Similarly for 2 months if I want, so it will be 2 upon 12. It will be 2 upon 12. And for 3 months it will be 3 upon 12, and so on. So here in this case, if you see that the amount which I invested in the month of January, okay, that amount, okay, if I calculate interest on that amount, so interest on that amount will be rupees 1000 multiplied by rate of interest is 12 into for 12 month we are depositing, so it is 12 upon 12 and whole divided by 1000. whole divided by 100 plus 1000 rupees what I invest in the month of February. So for February, the total number of month is 11. So it is 11 upon 12 divided by 100. I hope you are getting it. So this is the amount which I invested in January. For the amount which I invested in the month of January, in the beginning of January, it was for 12 months. So the interest what I get on this rupees 1000 is 12 into 12 into 12 upon 12. This 12 is rate of interest and this 12 upon 12 indicates number of years. So 12 upon 12 1 year, for complete 1 year I am investing. So this is what I will get as an interest. Now in the next month, in the February month, again I invest 1000 rupees, but now this time I invested for 11 month, because again after December, that is on the 1st of January, I am withdrawing all the amount. So this 1000 was invested for 11 month. Similarly, the amount which is invested in March, okay, this will be invested for 10 month only, right? And so on. And the last amount which I invested, okay, in December, that will be invested for 1 month only. So it is 1 upon 12 whole divided by 100. Now here this 1000 which is principal is constant. This 12 upon 12, this 12 upon 12, it is also constant, and whole divided by 100. This is also constant. What is remaining everywhere? So 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 and plus 1 is remaining. Okay, so this will make my calculation easy. This will make my calculation easy. Right. Now what this total is, okay, so for that here what we are doing, we are adding 1 2 3 4 up to 12. So if you have a sum like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus, say it is up to n, then we say that this is in arithmetic progression. Now what is arithmetic progression? That you are going to learn in this year, okay, but for the time being, you understand that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus, like that up to n, it will be n into n plus 1 whole divided by 2. For example, if I add these three numbers, so what is n here? It is 3. Total 3 numbers are there. So 3 into 4 divided by 2. So 3 into 4 divided by 2 is what? 6. And just add it. 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 3 6. We are getting 6. Okay. So this is the formula, n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So in our case, it is rupees 1000. It is rupees 1000 into 12 upon 12. 12 upon 12 we cancel. Divided by 100. This also we cancel. And here it is n is 12. So we will write 12 into 13 divided by 2. So 2 6 are 12. And then we multiply 13 6 are 78. So 78 multiplied by 10, that is rupees 780. Now 780 is the total interest I will get in 1 year. Now let us check whether we have calculated compound interest or simple interest here. So the answer is that we calculated simple interest, because for each amount we have find out what is the simple interest, what is the simple interest we are getting in 1 month, 2 month and so on, and therefore the total interest what we are getting here is a simple interest. We can find out compound interest also, but that will be more complicated. So for this year you have only simple interest on the recurring deposits. So this is how you can calculate the simple interest. Now with the help of this example, now let us try to make a formula. Now here this 1000 rupees, this 1000 rupees is what? This 1000 rupees is P. Okay, so I will say that interest is, first I will write P into, now this whole addition what we done, it is what? It is n into n plus 1 and this 12, and here also we have one product, that is 2. So that I will write here upon 2 into 12. 2 into 12. So always there will be 2 into 12. Now P principal will be given, number of terms is given, 2 into 12 is constant value, and here R, rate of interest. If R is given in percentage, then I will write R upon 100. So this is how you are going to find out the interest on the amount invested. Okay. So let us understand this formula with the help of few examples or few problems. So here is our first problem of exercise 2. Mrs. Goswami deposited rupees 1000 every month in a recurring deposit for 3 years at 8% interest. Find the matured value. Now I haven't discussed to you what is matured value. So matured value is nothing but it is your principal what you have invested for 12 month or for n month, and then interest. So for matured value you can use the formula. Here I will write matured value also. Matured value is your P into N. Now why I am writing P into N? Because P is the amount which you are investing per month, and for n month when you invest it is P into N plus interest what you calculated. This is your matured value. So here in this case let us understand one by one what is given. So in solution I will say that P is given, P is 1000, then N is given, N is 3 year, that is 3 into 12, that is 36 month. Here we are dealing in months only, right? And R is given 8%, okay? R is 8%. So first what you have to do, you have to calculate interest. Now the formula for interest is P into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 multiplied by R upon 100. So simple, you remember the formula. Now just put the values. So in place of P you put 1000, in place of N you will put 36, into N plus 1 is 37, divide by here you have 2 into 12, and the value of R is 8, so here you have 8 upon 100. Now in table of 12 we have 36, 12 3s are 36, then this 2 0 I can cancel, this 2 I will cancel, okay. So it is 10 into, now this 3 into 37, so 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9, 9 plus 2, 11, multiplied by here 4. So 4 into 111 is 444, multiplied by 10 is rupees 4440. This is interest. And maturity value is equal to P into N plus I. So that is 1000 rupees are invested every month, and this is invested for 36 months, plus interest earned is 4440. So this becomes 36,000 plus 4440. So 36,000 plus 4,000 is 40,440. This is the total maturity value. Total maturity value is rupees. So here I will write find the maturity value. So I will say that finally maturity value is rupees 40,440. Okay, good. Okay, now let us move to question number 2. Now here in this second question, Sonia had a recurring deposit account in the bank and deposited rupees 600 per month. So here the principal P is rupees 600 for 2.5 years. So N is 2.5 years. 2.5 years means 2 to the 4, 1 5. It is 5 upon 2 year, and this we multiply by 12. So 2 6 are 12, 6 5 are 30. So this is 30 month. Okay, and rate of interest was R was given 10% per annum. We have to find the maturity value of this account. So first you will calculate interest. The formula is P into n plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 multiplied by R upon 100. This is the formula. So P is 600 into n is 30, n plus 1 will be 31 upon 2 into 12 into rate is 10 upon 100. So here we calculate this 0 and this 0. Let us calculate here. Then cancel here, I will say 3 1 the 3, 3 4 the 12. Then with the 2 I will cancel this. This is 300. Then with 4 I will cancel 4 7 the 28. Okay, 2 20, 4 5 the 20. Okay, so here it is 75 multiplied by 31. 75 multiplied by 31. So on side you do simple calculation. 75 multiplied by 31. 1 5 the 5, 1 7 the 7, 3 5 the 15, 3 7 the 21. 21 plus 1 22. So this is 5, 12, 3, 2. 2325. So this is what you will get. Rupees 2325. 2325. This is your interest. And what about maturity value? So your maturity value is P plus I. Principal is rupees 600. And interest what you are getting is rupees 2000. Oh, sorry. P plus I, no. It is P into N plus I. Because I haven't deposited only 600. What I deposited? I deposited for 30 months. So it is P into N plus I. That is 600 multiplied by N is 30 plus I is 2325. 3 6 are 18. So this is 18,000 plus 2325. 18 plus 2, 20,325. So this is my maturity amount. Maturity amount is rupees 20,325. Again a simple one. Now next problem. The third question is Kiran deposited rupees 200 per month for 36 months in a bank's recurring deposit account. If the bank pays interest at a rate of 11% per annum, find the amount she get on the maturity. Okay, what I recommend that you try this problem yourself and find the answer. Yeah, let us move to the fourth question. The fourth problem is Hanif has a cumulative bank account. Now what is cumulative bank account? It is nothing but recurring account. So Hanif has a cumulative bank account and deposits rupees 600 per month for a period of 4 years. So Hanif deposits rupees 600 per month for 4 years. If he gets rupees 5880 as the interest at the time of maturity, find the rate of interest. Okay, so a different type of problem. Let us try it. So P is given rupees 600. N is given for a period of 4 years, that is 4 into 12, that is 48 months, and interest is given. I is given rupees 5880. So what is unknown? Unknown is rate of interest is unknown, and then we have to calculate maturity value. So let us first apply the formula for interest. I is equals to P into R plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into this is N, sorry, this is N into N plus 1 divided into R divided by 100. Okay, so P is N into N plus 1. Okay, write this again, N into N plus 1. Okay, now put respective values. For I we will put 5880. P we have given 600. P is 600. N is given 48 and N plus 1 will be 49. Divide by 2 into 12 into R that we have to find out. Okay, so now here this 2 zeros I will cancel with these 2 zeros, and this 2 I will cancel. Here I will get 24. 12 2s are 24. So therefore I can say that this 5880 is equals to 2 into 49 into r. Therefore the value of r is 5880 divided by 2 into 49. Now with 2 I will cancel. 2 to the 4, 1, 18, 2 9s are 18, 2 4s are 8, 2940 divided by 49. With 7 denominator is cancelling, so let us see if numerator also can be cancelled. So 7 7s are 49, 7 4s are 28, 1 14, 7 2s are 14, so 420, and again it can cancel. 7 6s are 42, so 60. So rate of interest is 60%. So 60% rate of interest is charged. Okay, isn't it too much? Okay, so in 4 month 4 year I am getting 5880 also on rupees 600. Okay, so amount, maturity amount, next I have to calculate maturity amount also we need to calculate. But let us revise again whether we have done everything right. Okay, so here you see this is 6 I haven't included here, so 6 should be there. So in denominator also there should be 6. So when there is a 6 in denominator, 6 tens are, so it is not 60%, it is 10%. So rate of interest is 10%. So calculation mistake, right? Now rate of interest we find out. Then what is maturity value? So maturity value is P into N plus I. So P is 600, N is 48, plus I is interest is given to us 5880. It is 5880. Okay, so here 2 zeros I will write first, then 6 8s are 48 and 6 4s are 24, 24 plus 4 is 28, plus 5880, 28,800 plus 5,000. So this 0 I will write, then 8 plus 0, 8 I will write, then 8 plus 8, 16, 6 I will write, 1 carry, 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 8, 14 I will write, and 2 plus 1, 3. So 34,680. So this is maturity value. Maturity value is 34,680. Got it? Okay. Let us see one more problem today, and then we stop our class for the day. So fifth problem. Here the problem is David opened a recurring deposit account in a bank and deposited 300 per month. So if I see P is rupees 300 for 2 years and N is 2 year. 2 year means 2 into 12 is equals to 24. If he received rupees 7725 at the time of maturity. So at the time of maturity, okay, so maturity value is given. Maturity value is, if he received 7725 at the time of maturity, 7725 at the time of maturity, find the rate of interest per annum. You have to find the value of R. Okay, R is question mark. So again here in place of interest they have given maturity value. So first see what is the formula for maturity value. It is P into N plus I. Therefore this 7725 will be equal to 300 into 24 plus I. So therefore your I will become 7725 minus, now 300 into 24, so 2 zeros I will write, and then 3 2s are 3 4s are 12, 1, 3 2s are 6, 1, 7, 7200, and this will be like 725 minus 200 will be 525. So interest is rupees 525. Now my interest is 525. Now I will apply the formula for interest. Now I is equals to P into n plus 1 upon 2 into 12 into R divided by 100. So interest is 525. Now 525 is equals to P is rupees 300, n is 24, so 24 into 25 divided by 2 into 12 into R is unknown, so R upon 100. Right, okay, so all the values we have written here. 12 2s are 24, this 24 and this will cancel, this 100 2 zeros will cancel, and therefore what you can say that your R is 525 divided by 25. Now with 5 you can cancel, 5 1s are 5, 5 5s are 25 and 5 5s are, see here, 5 1s are 5, then this 2 is here, I cannot divide 2, so I return 0, and then this 2 and 5 25 will be there, and then I divide. Now with 5 I can cancel this 105, so 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5, so 21%. So rate of interest R is 21%. So therefore I will say that R is 21%. Okay, so this is how we will solve the problems. Problems are all simple, only two formula you have to learn. One is maturity value, which is P into N plus I, and the second formula is I is equals to P into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into R upon 100. Okay, so thank you for being with me in this class. I will see you in the next class.